This is a really bad idea. I'm gonna choke on my apple or fall and die. Hi, my name is Maddie. This is Fig, and usually I say that my life is a mess. Because it kind of is. But it's actually pretty okay right now. And that is because I am at my cottage in Quebec, and it is probably the most beautiful place on the planet, and Fig loves it too. And I'm gonna show you the view because it's pretty friggin' spectacular. So there's the view, and I can't complain. I'm trying to do this so I can get Fig in the picture, but I'm also like really awkwardly crouched, so I apologize. Anyway, if you're new here, hello and welcome. I typically talk about eating disorder things and what I'm eating in recovery, and today we're going to continue with that, and I'm going to do a what I eat on a summer adventure night day. So this is going to be kind of like a vlog type style thing. Yeah, and I'm gonna go on a long hike tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early and drive to this park, and then I'm gonna have a nice summer solo barbecue by myself because that's what I do. Weird things by myself with my rabbit, who has now sat down. This is a very bad angle. Okay, this is not any better, but nice white yellow line. Okay, so this video is gonna be me, a summer adventure type style vlog. And we're gonna go to barbecue, and it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna enjoy it, and we're gonna enjoy sunset and nice views, and it's gonna be great. So I hope you enjoy. Let's go. This sun though, it gets really bright here very early. So it's 5:30 a.m. and I just got out of bed, which is why I look like I just got out of bed. And I'm going to do about maybe 20 minutes of yoga just to stretch, but no hard exercise because I'm going to be walking today. Oh look, there's me again. Okay, so yoga, and then I'm going to make my lunch for my day and then get in the car. So yeah. Okay, so I'm now going to show you all of my meals and snacks that I'm going to be bringing for the hike. So in the car, I'm going to have a banana and my coffee. And then yesterday I made these overnight oats. So it's 2 packs of oats with some Greek yogurt and berries with cinnamon and almond milk. And then one of my snacks is going to be an RX bar. I love these. And then for lunch, I'm going to be having spinach to get my greens in, tomato, and then some sliced turkey, and then some of these wraps that I've ripped up. So that'll be that. Oh, and an apple, which is not pictured. And then I'm also gonna throw in another RX bar just in case. So that'll be my snacks for the day. So I'm gonna put it all together and then get in the car. Okay, so here's everything. Oats, banana, wraps, 2 RX bars, lettuce or spinach, tomato, turkey, and an apple. Let's go. Okay, and that's the entrance. So we're off. Let's see how long this takes us, and let's hope we don't get lost. So for starters, I currently have this whole beach to myself.
Wow.
Can't complain. So now might be a good time to talk about one quick thing. So this is a hike that is only accessible during low tide, which means that the water has to be really far back. So low tide is in about 40 minutes. So I want to try and get this done, but I need to do it while I can. Otherwise I'm going to be trapped. Yeah, also I forgot my banana. So I'm going to have my apple very soon, and then breakfast oats later. It's so pretty. I'm also doing this alone, so hopefully I don't get lost. I'm loving this. I'm so happy. Just out here, there are wild roses everywhere. And for those of you that don't know, I love wild roses and wildflowers. It's actually what one of my tattoos is. It's a photo that I actually took on one of these trails. And so the tattoo artist drew or tattooed the wildflower with the wild rose, this is my happy place. Yeah, we're just gonna keep walking and check in later. So this is where the trail really starts. Once you've completed the first hour or so through the forest, the path then opens up onto the coast where you're directed towards this rock cliff. It's incredibly beautiful, but as I said, only accessible at low tide. So when the tide is up, the water comes right to the bottom of the cliff, so the area you see me walking on here will all be underwater. The path starts off okay, but then you need to start climbing and using your hands to scale on the rock face so you don't slip or lose your balance. When you get onto the rocky area, there really is no designated path, so you just sort of find your own way along and follow the base of the cliff. In some areas, this can get really tricky, and there are segments where you need to jump or do some major gymnastics moves to get over big cracks. I tried talking in the video, but the wind makes it essentially inaudible, so please do not mind the numerous voiceovers that will be included in this video. That was pretty funny. I was scaling the wall and was kind of behind these two pretty cute guys, French guys, wink wink, and they were having trouble scaling the wall, so they kind of like not pushed me, but like waved for me to go in front of them, and I just did it like really fast. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall, and was gonna embarrass myself, but I did it, and then they were just sort of laughing because I did it so fast. But that could have been like really dangerous. Anyway, probably not the best hike to do alone, because if I had fallen, yeah, that wouldn't have been good. But this part's pretty flat now. I really don't know where I'm going. This path is supposed to just kind of like hug the coast or the beach, so I think I'm just gonna stick to the beach and hope that I end up back to where the car is. I'm very happy, kind of cold, but that's okay. Nature is great. I hate the city. This is what I love. So here's a section of the video where I was trying to talk about the tide visibly coming in, but the wind really messed up the audio, so I'm just going to describe it instead. You can see me here struggling a bit to film while I walk on the rocks to not slip, and I don't think the footage does the trail justice in showing how precarious the path is, but I do talk about it a little bit more later. Okay, I'm on a bit more steady ground now. It's definitely quite scary, but honestly I have my apple, but I've been needing to use my hands, and I have my camera, so maybe while it's flat, I'm gonna try and eat my apple now. This is a really bad idea. I'm gonna choke on my apple, or fall and die. Just finished the apple. It was not a good idea. I had it like, oh my, in my mouth while I was like holding on to walls. Once again, you can't hear what I'm saying, but this portion of the trail was incredibly beautiful. It's also a portion that would soon be underwater as the tide came in. I was talking about how I was surprised that I had not yet slipped and thought that there should be ropes or something to help people along the more precarious areas. I thoroughly enjoyed climbing and love this type of thing, so although it was a bit dangerous, I loved it. But then I started getting obnoxiously adventurous and chose to veer off the path. This is also probably the point where I began to get lost. This video is going to be so shaky. Oh, there's a path in the woods. I might go to the woods for a second just to get away from all these rocks. No, that does not look like a path. Oh no. Where do I go? Fuck it. We're gonna go in the woods. Oh no. We're gonna get lost. Yeah, no. We're gonna go back. This is the point I realized I might have gotten a little bit lost. But again, the audio was crap because of the wind. I was basically saying that I hadn't seen any other people for a while, which is why I had figured I'd veered off the path. I decided to be stubborn, as I am, and keep walking because I figured that if I stuck to the coast, I would eventually end up somewhere. I also knew I could just go back the way I came, but it would add more time, and I didn't want to admit to myself that I'd gone the wrong way. I filmed a segment while eating my first RX bar and went on a very long ramble about my game plan if I got really lost, making some 127-hour jokes and how I should ration my water and oatmeal. But I decided to keep walking and go straight. So I'm not gonna say I'm lost, but I have not seen a person in several minutes, and I'm no longer on a designated trail. So this will be interesting. Maybe I shouldn't eat my oats. Maybe I'm gonna be like straight here. It's okay. I think I see things. Oh my goodness.
I'm dying. Help me.
I'm just gonna keep walking straight. I'm not turning around. I'm gonna be really stubborn. This is where I start to get a bit tired and actually nervous about the direction I was going. I knew I wasn't lost because I could turn around, but was adamant about finding my own path back. Here is also where I point out what I thought were reflections of sunlight on the tops of cars in a parking lot, so I knew I wasn't in the middle of nowhere. I then proceed to talk about the time, and how I had now been walking for almost 4 hours. I had already had my apple and 2 RX bars at this point, and was wondering whether or not I should eat the oats. I had my lunch with me, but was really starting to think about how long it would actually take me to get back. At this point, I wasn't quite hungry, so chose to keep going until I had more of an idea of where I was. I also talk a little bit about the longest hike I had ever done, which was a 2-day climb up a volcano in Guatemala, but that story can be saved for another video. All of this will be when the tide comes in. The water's right there right now, but when the tide comes in, this will all be underwater. After about another hour of walking, I finally found a person, or I guess he found me. It was a park ranger, and here is where I talk about how he found me with a pair of binoculars and had seen me walking from a distance, came out to help me because he thought I was lost, which I kind of was. Turns out my instincts were right though, and I was actually heading in the right direction as I was going in a loop and was not too far from where I had parked the car. We're safe. We found the parking lot. It's not my parking lot, but I'm just gonna follow the road and find my car again. So, yeah, getting back to the car and gonna eat breakfast. Check in soon.
A few moments later.
I made it. So now we're gonna eat my oats in front of this view.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm happy. So now we're gonna go back and relax a little bit, and then tonight's our barbecue. Okay, I'm now back home, so I'm gonna have my pita, and I'm gonna chop up my salad and put it in a bowl, and I'm also gonna have the banana that I forgot. And Fig is here. Aww. So I'm gonna chop up my salad and I'm gonna go sit outside. So 1 second. This is better. Okay, so I'm just finishing this, and I'm thinking I might make this into 2 parts just because I have a feeling that this bonfire tonight is going to have a lot of talking. What I wanted to say earlier about my fears is that I didn't exercise before I went on this walk, and I know that the walk was a lot, but in previous years I would have exercised before. And as you saw, timing is definitely difficult. I'm literally using my Ziploc bag of tortillas to hold up this phone. But I think it was a good day. It was one thing that I do want to say though, is I have done that walk maybe 4 years in a row, and every time I get to the end I'm exhausted. And in other years I took a different trail, which is why I got lost this time. I was properly fueled in terms of like the day before, you know, I'm not starving myself anymore, and I had so much energy and it was fun and I enjoyed it, whereas other years it was like laborious and I liked looking, but I was so tired by the end. I'm just very happy to be outside and in nature. Yeah, you need to fuel yourself, and one thing that I am not doing today is more exercise. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go have a sleep. And then part 2 of this video will be the campfire. Yeah, so the point of this video is the fact that properly nourishing your body actually gives you energy. Who would have thought? So, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment below. Stay tuned for part 2. Bye-bye.